Hello everyone, I'm in the PAC studio and I just wanted to do a quick review of this device right here, the McGrath. And the reason I wanted to do this was simply because we use this device, at least in our institution, for almost all of our COVID-19 intubations. And that's for a couple of very good reasons. One, this guy here is very, very portable and you can take it anywhere in the hospital quickly and rapidly or anywhere in the ER. But two, it's easy to clean. So rather than a device that's on a stand that has lots of cables, large screens that requires pretty intensive cleaning. This is, I think, from a safety point of view, probably one of the better devices for a patient who's got COVID-19. This comes off and you wipe it down with a bactericidal wipe. It's really simple to clean, and then it's good to put it in a specimen bag, and then it's ready to go for the next time you need to use it. So this is our go-to device. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about the features just in case you're not familiar with it so that you can get comfortable with it, and talk about some of the pros of this device and also maybe some of the limitations so that if you're in an difficult intubation, you'll understand some of the things you have to watch out for with this device. That being said, I want to be very, very clear that I have no financial interest in this device. I'm just an educator and a physician, and this is for educational purposes only. So let's get started looking at it, all right? So as you can see, this little round button here is really the on-off device, and it's a simple, looks like, here's the handle, here's the blade, this is your screen, and you just hold it like you would any other laryngoscope, and you just press the button, and light comes on. So really, really simple on-off device. Very simple and easy to use. It doesn't require any learning or how to turn on, how to adjust white balance, anything like that. Just turn it on and you're ready to go, and the screen is ready to go. These are separate. These clear blades, they come in Mac 3, Mac 4, and also they do have hyperangulated blades for the McGrath. It's a simple clip. You just take it out of the package, slide it on, you'll hear a little click, and you'll know it's seated correctly. And then when you want to take it off, that little clip, just lift it up, and then it slides right off. And that's it. So a couple of things that I really like about the device is that something about the optics and the heads-up display that's right in your line of sight makes it feel like it's some sort of great combo between DL and VL. You can actually look directly in the oropharynx and then look up the heads-up display, which you can kind of adjust its angle so you can look at it directly. And just something about the optics and the distance from the tube to the cords is really nice, and I think makes it a really great device. Some of the things that I think give me a little pause sometimes for use in every situation, and some of its limitations are, one, the screen is pretty small. So if you're in a teaching institution or you're somewhere where intubation, I think, is really a team sport, and if you have somebody who's assisting you, they really can't see what's going on in there or give you any guidance or feedback with this small screen unless they're kind of like peering right over your shoulder and looking down at you. That's in contrast to a tower with a nice large screen, which everybody in the room can see. Some of the other disadvantages, this screen, it's decent size for just looking at it yourself, but I would say that the resolution is not great. And the camera, the light that comes into the camera, the sensor is quite small, and so and the power output, because it's battery powered and requires more efficiency that way, they've lowered the lumens, and so you'll notice that it's much dimmer compared to some of the other devices, the VL devices that are out there. And how they've overcome this actually is by the blade itself. This blade is clear plastic for a reason, because the way they've designed it helps refract the light into the lens so that it goes to the sensor and gives it a little bit more luminosity. So this is kind of an ingenious design, but it does have one flaw in the sense that in VL, if you get your optics dirty, then you're going to have problems seeing what you're doing. And with this device, that's particularly true. And I find that with this device, you really, really have to be careful not to smudge this, not to smear or get anything on this clear plastic blade. As soon as you do, the quality of what you see on the screen will drop quite rapidly. and then it'll be difficult to clean. You can't just wipe it off. Sometimes you have to get a new blade just because of how precise the refractory angles are for these clear plastic blades. And so that's why you have to be really fastidious, suctioning, leading with suction, making sure that you're keeping high and dry, hugging the base of the tongue as you're placing this. Otherwise, you can find yourself in real trouble if there's a lot of secretions in the airway, which patients with COVID-19 often do. So those are some of its limitations, but despite those, once you learn how to use it and understand them, this is really a great device, and it works really well in the current clinical environment that we're all working in. So there you have it. That's the McGrath. I hope that is helpful. If you have one around, go ahead and pick it up and play with it so that you feel comfortable with it before you have to intubate using it on a real patient. All right, I'll see you on the other side of this video.